Well, hey kids, taking a look today at something brand new, or pretty fresh, from SIG Sauer ammunition, SIG Sauer Elite Performance ammo, and that is the 365 ammo. 365, just like the SIG Sauer Elite Performance regular ammo, comes in both full metal jacket and in the V-crown hollow point. I'm not sure, I'll have to do my research. I'm not sure yet about how many varieties of bullet weight they come in. There may just be one, but I will try and put some information down here on the screen somewhere, or post it in comments below if I learn. But the idea with all SIG Sauer ammo, and absolutely with the Elite Performance line, and perhaps even more so with this new 365 line, is that they want you to train with the same ammo you carry. So you want to train and carry the same feeling ammo. It should feel the same when you shoot it. It should operate the handgun the same way. The recoil should feel the same way. It should impact the target in the same place. And that is a very key element that a lot of people don't really consider or test for. So enough initial yakking. Let me get started. I'm going to shoot a bunch of this ammo today, and I'm going to shoot it all on paper so we can see where it's hitting. And also, you don't want to shoot hollow points at steel, so I don't want to have to be constantly switching between targets. And I'm going to use, guess what? The P365 handgun. Uh-oh. Malfunction time. Looks like we have a round did not eject. Man, just when I was doing so good too. So that was an empty case that did not extract. For those of you keeping... And I know, I know you are. I know you are. All right, let me continue. I was doing so good too. All right. This ammo feels fantastic. This ammo really does feel fantastic. It is slightly lower pressure than the traditional SIG Sauer Elite Performance, so it's a little less velocity, and that's going to translate to the shooter to be a little bit less recoil and a little less muzzle rise, so you can make your second shot and your third shot even faster if necessary. And the idea is, with the whole 365 concept, this is the gun you carry 365 days. This is the ammo you carry in it 365 days. Let's keep going. 12 more. I'm using all 12 round magazines. And I am at about 8 yards from that target. So just sort of self-defense distance. And another. My goodness, this is not good. Another failure to extract, so I think I got an extractor issue creeping up on me here. Don't know what to make of that. I've not had that problem. How about you guys? You guys having this problem? I don't know, this is starting to look like a starting to look like an unfavorable trend here. Yeah? I don't see anything wrong with the extractor, just, you know, just looking at it under non-magnification, but I don't know. All right. So, could be better in terms of how that's performing. I've got another mag loaded up with 12. I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna press on. See if we can't get through this magazine. I got to tell you, man, I love this gun. I love it so much. I tolerate problems I wouldn't tolerate with any other gun. I do like the way this ammo feels, but I'll tell you what, it's not soft either by any means. You can really feel this pistol torque with every shot. But it does shoot nice, and it certainly looks like it's accurate, doesn't it? We are eating a hole. All right. Hey, and we got through an entire magazine without that pesky extractor problem, whatever that might be. So I'm going to take that as a good sign, and we'll continue on. Okay, Target Medic has come to the rescue and repaired my target for me. Switching over now to the hollow point, still called V-Crown. This is the 365 V-Crown, rated at 1,050 feet per second. I'm still using my 12 round magazines, but I got 10 in each mag because it's a box of 20. I like to split things up evenly. Okay, same everything else, same distance, about 8 yards away, and let's see how we do with the hollow points. This is the carry stuff. And it does feel exactly the same. And that is awesome. And it looks like it's also hitting the target in the same spot, because that's an important thing too. That's really a key element of the practice with what you carry philosophy with the 6 Sauer Elite Performance ammo line and carrying forward into this 365 ammo line. It should feel the same. You should have the same recoil impulse and all of that. But the other thing that people sometimes don't think about is different ammo, different pressures, different velocities, and so on, different bullet weights are going to make the impact point change. So if you're practicing with 115 grain full metal jacket that you picked up on sale someplace, and then you're carrying something different, your aim point could be altered. And if you're not practicing with that carry ammo, then you may not be practicing your true sight picture, the one you're going to need when it counts. And obviously practicing with your carry ammo can get expensive, and you're not going to do that too many times a year, right? So with the full metal jacket, less expensive stuff from SIG, you can really practice with what you're going to carry. Same exact feel, same pressure, same velocity, same impact point on the target. You're just saving money and using full metal jacket, which if you want to shoot steel with, you can do too. Also noteworthy, there was no malfunction with the full metal hollow point. I keep wanting to say full metal hollow point for some reason. Man, I say the stupidest stuff. Wow. Me likes a lot. This is sweet. Very, very sweet. I like this ammo. this might replace the V-crown I've been carrying, because I'll tell you what, it feels so much softer when you shoot it. I mean, it still has, you can feel the thump. There's a little thump there, but it definitely shoots softer than the traditional V-crown. SIG Sauer did provide this ammunition for me. I requested it for testing, and they did provide it. So consider that as to whether you think that influences my opinion of it. So as it has been with the Elite Performance line of ammo since its inception, the philosophy with the 365 ammo is train like you carry. That's SIG's sort of philosophy on the production of the full metal jacket and the jacketed hollow point that they call V-crown together. So that this ammo, this is the ball ammo, the full metal jacket, 115 grain, and here's the V-crown, 115 grain. They both produce the same pressures and velocities. Someplace on here, it's going to show me that information. Here we go. And let me show it to you. Let me get the light just right so that this metallic print will show up. But you can see right there, 1,050 feet per second and 282 foot-pounds of energy. And they are both identical in that respect. So the train like you carry philosophy is not just a marketing tag. It's really the concept behind this ammo, so that it's important to shoot your carry ammo as frequently as you're able to, and we all know that that gets really expensive to do. So you can use the full metal jacket, which is a lot less expensive ammo, to do all your training with, and it has exactly the same feel. And that was something that was really noticeable to me right away at the range, was that there is no difference at all in the feel of the handgun shooting one ammo versus the other. They felt exactly identical. And well, that's important to have less muzzle lift and less felt recoil with the new 365, because they have lowered the pressure. It's important that they feel the same. And what's even more important is that the bullet impact spot on the target is the same. And I found that to be almost exact. One of the other benefits of the lower pressure that I didn't have an opportunity to experience in my outdoors shooting in the daytime was muzzle flash, less muzzle flash. So, you know, knocking that power down and optimizing the powder for clean burning is also going to reduce the amount of muzzle flash, which in a self-defense situation, which may take place under low light situations, that could be very detrimental. So you may wonder why they introduced a new line of ammo called 365. You know, is this just something dreamt up by the marketing department to go along with the pistol by the same name? Or, you know, what's the deal? Because they already had the V-crown, this Elite Performance V-crown, that's been around for a few years now and is really good stuff. Well, this is optimized for the shorter barrel, for guns exactly like the P365 with that very short barrel. It's meant to be cleaner burning with less muzzle flash and all of those things, but it's also been modified in a practical sense from a ballistics perspective by reducing the amount of power. Let me compare the two here for you. All right, so these are both 115 grain. On the top we have the classic V-crown. Muzzle velocity 1185. 1,185 feet per second, if you can see that there. 359 foot-pounds of delivered energy. And the 365, 1,050 feet per second with 282 foot-pounds of delivered energy. So the one complaint that I heard, I'm not a ballistics expert, and I don't try not to pretend to be one. But one of the things I heard about the SIG Sauer V-crown ammunition was that there was concern with overpenetration, that in some tests in ballistic gelatin it overpenetrated, and that was a problem. It didn't get the expansion as early and in the distances that was expected of it, or that people desired it to. So by reducing the velocity and the pressures in this and dropping it the way they have, what they're doing is they're increasing the expansion so that you get better expansion from small self-defense guns like this than you would in the previous ammo. So that is definitely a step in the right direction. It's not cheap stuff, but you are able to train the way you carry much more affordably than just shooting up all your carry ammo. You can get the full metal jacket for, I think it's around $18 a box of 50, whereas the V-Crown carry ammo is about $21 for a box of 20. So a little over $1 a round for the carry stuff, but a little less than half of that for the stuff you can train with. And that does help. It helps a lot. Okay, so my non-expert, just, range guy with a lot of opinions about things, perspective on the first look at the 365 ammo is that it is a very nice and welcome change to the ammunition offerings for these short handguns. So I definitely don't think this is just a marketing scheme. I think this is legit. This stuff is a serious consideration for small concealed carry pistols such as the 365 or the Glock 43 or the Ruger LC9 Pro or whatever you want to throw out on the table as your favorite small concealed carry 9mm. I think this is an ammo that you probably really want to consider, or at least keep your eyes out, as more people offer more expansive testing with real experts and ballistics and all that kind of stuff. We'll learn more. But I can tell you from just shooting a bunch of it at the range, I like it a lot. It's a pleasure to shoot, and it's really, really accurate. I will definitely be looking at this some more. All right, I'm going to continue on with the V-Crown. 2 more mags full. 20 more rounds. That was me. Yeah, I threw that one high. I felt it when it left the gun. So is this stuff accurate? Now see for yourself. It feels great to shoot. It's got an excellent recoil impulse. All right, that was 40 rounds now, 2 boxes full of the jacketed hollow point 365 ammo. And look at that group. Like I say, one flyer I knew was me. So I decided for testing the accuracy to use, instead of the P365, to use the P320 compact that you see here on the target. I chose that because, number one, well, actually for several reasons. I thought it was just a better test, a better gun to use to give the ammo a fair test. Slightly longer barrel, of course. A longer sight radius, which gives me a better chance of getting a good sight picture and keeping it, and also a little bit more to hold on to give me a nice comfortable rest on the bag. So I thought overall it just made a better gun to test the ammo's accuracy without going crazy and going to a full-size gun, which kind of would be shooting it through a gun that it wasn't really intended to be optimized for. If all that makes any sense, I hope it does. So here was the result. You can see that target there. So up top, up here, we have the full metal jacket 365. 115 grain, and you know, if you take away those two flyers, you've got a really just about all holes touching group right there. So 8 out of the 10 pretty much all touching, and you know, the two flyers, which on any given day at any given moment, that's probably more me than the ammo or the gun. But the whole group, flyers included, measured 1.476, so still just under an inch and a half at about 12 yards with the full metal jacket 365 ammo. All right, so here is the 365 V Crown 115 grain, same distance, 12 yards, same gun, P320 compact. Look at that impressive group. So that, even with a flyer or two, 1.265 is what I measure for the entire group. And with the exception of this one that I'm pointing at, every other hole is touching. Very impressive. Even at a distance of only 12 yards, that is very impressive. Back to full metal jacket. 115 grain is the bullet weight. 1,050 feet per second is what it's rated at. Who taught me how to count? I think there were only 11 rounds. Oh, I'm getting sloppy now, man. I'm throwing them. I'm throwing them lower left. It's where I go when I get tired, low left. Okay, so I shot about 100 rounds of the 365 ammo, combination of the jacketed hollow point V Crown and the full metal jacket, through the P365. Obviously, that's the intended target pistol. Target meaning, you know, target market. This gun and guns like it is what this ammunition was manufactured for. It's meant to be optimized for use in guns of this size. One of the things I wanted to look at after about 100 rounds, again, through this gun and only 20 rounds through the P320, but I noticed afterwards, examining the gun, just how clean it burns. There's very little unburnt powder, very little, inside the gun, up against the breech face. You can see maybe right up here, you can see a little bit right there, a little bit of unburnt powder, but you don't have a whole lot of it collecting around the muzzle. Now, I used grease to lubricate this gun, so anything is going to stick to it with all that grease on it, and there's really nothing there. So it burns very clean, and that's a nice thing too. If it's burning clean, that means that all the powder basically is being used to ignite and propel, so we don't have a whole lot of leftover powder. And the other thing that's kind of indicative of is, if you don't have a lot of residual powder, you probably don't have a lot of extra muzzle flash, which is a good thing. And we can look at the same thing here. on the P320. And again, I only shot 20 rounds through this, so it shouldn't be a horrible mess anyway, but very clean.